TV18's Menaka Doshi in Davos. He adds that structurally there is disruption and dislocation everywhere, and the impact will be felt by economies with rigid labour markets.
Challenging year for sure, but if you take a step back, there are some structural things going on globally, which is why the theme of Davos is the fourth industrial revolution. It is a revolution of sorts, and arguably multiple revolutions happening at the same time, which means that structurally there's disruption and dislocation everywhere. Arguably, the impact of that will be felt, the negative impact in the immediate term will be felt more in economies that have rigid labor markets.
Okay, can we get a little bit more detail about China, your view on really how much pain there is still left to go in terms of A, the macro picture of China, and B, what we're seeing happen to the yuan?
So China, there are two parts to that story. One is what happens to China itself and implications for the rest of the world.
Yes.
Firstly, for the story for within China, I believe that they're going through a transition that has been well telegraphed. So they need to change the drivers of their growth from fixed asset investments to more consumption and services. It is not an easy maneuver to effect, and while they're doing it, there is no doubt that there is a huge overhang in the property sector, in the construction sector. There's excess capacity, producer price inflation is negative, and private sector credit has been growing quite rapidly. So that needs to be managed. It's an execution challenge, but I will that they will be able to manage that. And in that process, we will see more volatility in the exchange rate, but not a dramatic decline from here on.
Okay, we've seen quite a bit of that already play out in terms of exchange rates.